This is chapter number 10, 18th century political formations. We are essentially talking about the decline of Mughal Empire. So we are going to talk about emergence of new states, and this is followed when Mughal Empire started declining, it started ending. I'll just give you an example before I discuss. Dhirubhai Ambani, we know, he was millionaire, billionaire, he had so much of money. Then he has two sons, Mukesh Ambani and Anil Ambani. So when these two kids, they fought in court. So they got money, different sectors. Now Anil Ambani is now on floor and Mukesh Ambani is now fourth or fifth richest person on this earth. Can you imagine? That is, Mughal Empire, when it ends, or something which ends, so how people get the control, how they mature themselves. Some may get some new state or make themselves up, some may not. So in this Mughal Empire, we are talking about Aurangzeb. When he died 1707, after that everything changed. The governors, the people, the authorities, the Abhijat were the nobility. So the governors, the subedars, the zamindars, so they tried to consolidate the power, their authority, their control over different parts of the subcontinent. Why? Because they knew that the Mughal emperors, they don't have any money. Mughal emperors are now, they are only because of their name, their power, their money is almost finished. So people found a way, or you can say an opportunity to get it. So when I tell you 18th century, the Mughal Empire, it fragmented, it broke into different parts, fragmented, broken into number of different regional states, Kshetriya states. So we talk about mainly three kind of partitions, which states we can refer to. That is the states which are found, how they are related, how they are different from one another. These three names we are going to talk about: Saadat Khan, Murshid Qali Khan, Asafza. So I am talking about the first one, which is the Awadh, this Bengal, and the Hyderabad. Awadh, Bengal, Hyderabad. It was a very big region. So first thing is that the states which are found after or during this 18th century, we divide them in overlapping groups. So why overlapping groups? Because they have certain in common or they have certain in different. These three, whatever states they have formed, we will talk about them in later part, but these overlapping groups, that is, the states are found or they are born in a different way. Some of them, first I am telling you, the first category of the states being formed. So the first category of Awadh, like Awadh, Bengal and Hyderabad, and they were quite powerful and they were almost independent. That is, they have their own rule. So these rulers, this Awadh and Bengal and Hyderabad, they became independent, or they tried to become independent, but they didn't break their formal relation ties with Mughal emperor. Can you understand this? This three which I am taking, they made their own powerful and independent states, but they still kept relationship with Mughal emperor. They still made an impression that we are under Mughal emperor. First type of states you understood? Awadh, Bengal and Hyderabad, they were telling, or they were in this perception or giving the perception to Mughal Empire that we are together. Second kind of states which are being formed, they were almost independent under the Mughals, main Mughals. So like the Rajputs. Now Rajputs, they were having the roti beti ka rishta. The Mughal Empire or Mughal emperor's wives were Rajput. So they were given Watan Jagirs. They were respectfully, treated by Mughals, and they were getting Watan Jagirs. So Watan Jagirs means the area, land, they are owner of that. Okay, so this is the kind of Rajput principalities you can talk about. Watan Jagirs they were getting. Third kind of states, which were these states, badi mushkil se, in a very difficult way, Mughal Empire took control of them. Maratha, Sikhs, and the Jats. But they were of differing size. They were changing. The size were changing. But they were always fighting with Mughals because they wanted the independence always. Because Mughal Empire, when it was powerful, they couldn't do anything. They tried to resist, but they couldn't. But when the declination started, the Mughals were so less powerful now, almost in decline. Maratha, Sikhs, and Jats, they took their own everything on their own, and then they started fighting or a struggle to get themselves independent from Mughal Empire. Okay, means there was always some khatpat with the Mughal Empire. They were not like a Rajput state or these states being formed in the first case. Okay, so finally they actually found their way also, the third kind of states. So hope you understand there were three kind of states which were formed with different characteristics and overlapping states also. So I'm talking about the old Mughal provinces. The three which started, I started with the Awadh, Bengal, and Hyderabad. This Awadh, this Bengal, and this Hyderabad. Hyderabad is just a city now, but it was not at that time. Awadh is just supposed to be Lucknow. It's not. It was a very big empire created by certain people. And who created them? See, this is the Darbar. This is a court, Mughal court. Now, these people are nobility. These people are very close to the Mughals. They are having high rank people, or who are mansabdars, who were made mansabdars. So, the nobility, we always talk nobility means those Mughals they believe in. That is, these are our right hand, these are our left hand. Okay. So the Awadh Nawab was made, Saadat Khan was made, he was of nobility, and Saadat Khan was made, or he created. Saadat Khan created, or they were governors of large provinces. Saadat Khan Awadh, Murshid Quli Khan Bengal, and Asaf Zah Hyderabad. And one of them is not, but almost all of them were mansabdars. They occupied, they held high positions in Mughal Empire. They were mansabdars. One of them was not. I'll tell you what was the difference. But all these three, Saadat Khan, Murshid Quli Khan, Asaf Zah, they were mansabdars. And when they went there, they took control of that area. And knowing the actual inside of the Mughal Empire, they took control of that area and became the rulers or governors. So, as I am saying that this nobility were of higher rank. And how do we decide the rank? You remember I told you the Zat. So, Mansabdars, this Mansabdar MSB, they were holding a very high Zat, Zat or Zat. So, this Zat, that is the rank, how much cavalry they have, how much, they will be given the area for control. So 7,000, Asaf Zah and Murshid Quli Khan, they were holding this Murshid Quli Khan, 7,000. So Asaf Zah, Murshid Quli Khan, they were having Zat rank of 7,000. And Saadat Khan, the Zat was 6,000. And 7,000, 6,000 was quite high to be close enough to the Mughal Empire or Mughal big people. Okay. So let us start with this Hyderabad. Hyderabad, the name, everyone, these three people we are talking about, everyone was given name, they were provided a name and they were called by a name. So Nizam-ul-Mulk Asaf Zah, he founded Hyderabad. he founded Hyderabad, and he was a very, very powerful, very efficient, very trustworthy Mughal emperor courtier, or you can say the nobility. So Farukh Sir, the person you see here, he was the Mughal emperor at that time, and he told him, Asaf Zar, to go to Awadh. And then after some time he said, okay, you go to Deccan. So first he went to Awadh and then went to Hyderabad. That means the Asaf Zar, when he came to that area, this area, Hyderabad, he took control of both the powers, that is the political powers and the money power, that is the financial power. So he took total control, full control of Rajnetik, Arthik, political and financial matters, administration in his hand. So he also found the advantage, and he took the advantage because there was all kind of turmoils, fighting, and different parties involved. So there was turmoil, and he took advantage, benefit of that turmoil, problems in the Deccan. And also because in this area, the nobility, the Mughal nobility, were having a lot of competition, they were having a lot of trouble in between them. So this is how he took advantage, being a Mansabdar of high rank, and he knew that there is a problem. So he gathered the power in his hands, he took control of the hands, and he became the ruler of the region, Nizam ul Mulk Asaf Zar. So as I was telling, that he was first being sent to UP region. This is right now UP region, and this is the Awadh Ilaka, Awadh region. So whenever you work somewhere, you will be having friends, and you know that, okay, this guy is good, this guy is not. So the soldiers, the good soldiers, the skilled soldiers, the Sainiks, and the administrators, the good administrators, the powerful administrators, the trustworthy administrators from northern India, what Asaf Zar did, he took them, or he bought them, he requested them, he brought them to this part, this Deccan area, south, because now he is in south, he is Hyderabad controller now. So he appointed Mansabdars and granted Jagirs. Means, Mansabdars were done by the Mughal Empire. But now he himself gave these administrators, etc., Mansabdars, and gave them Jagirs. That is the land he gave. But he always, said everyone, and give a perception that he is under Mughal Emperor. But though he was supposed to be under Mughal Emperor, but he was not taking any orders from Mughal Emperors or Mughal Empire, and there is no interference of Mughal Empire in his work, Asaf Zar work. Okay, there is no interference of Mughal Empire in his work, and he was not even taking any orders. Or whatever he has decided, he is also, these people were called as Nizam also, Nizam ul Mulk, Nizam, Hyderabad Nizam. So whatever he has decided, the Mughal Emperor will just, put a stamp. Okay, whatever decided, okay, we agree to that. So this area, the state of Hyderabad, as I said, there were problems on the left and right. So Marathas were somewhere just near to them. So he found certain problems there also. He was constantly fighting or resisting or engaged in struggle, fight, competition with the Marathas and Telugu warriors, chiefs, Nayakas. So this part, left part and right part, that is the Purab and Paschim, that is the west part and the east part. So Asaf Zar was fighting or resisting the Marathas from this side, and on this side, Telugu warrior chiefs, Telugu Ladake, Nayakas were called that. That is this plateau area I am talking about. So he was constantly fighting and constantly in conflict with these. So this is the Coromandel region, this is the Malabar coast, Coromandel coast and Malabar coast. So what he wanted, Asaf Zar has a good ambition, he has a huge ambition that let me get this Coromandel area, because the textile production, textile export, it's a rich area for textile producing area. This is Coromandel coast. He wanted to go that side and control also. He has that, ambition, belief, he wanted to do that. But the problem was The British were there. The British checked that, resisted, checked, and arrested also this ambition. Now coming to Awadh, Burhan-ul-Mulk Saadat Khan. Saadat Khan, this is the picture of Saadat Khan, Burhan-ul-Mulk Saadat Khan. Now he was made the Subedar of Awadh in 1722. This area, this region, he was made the Subedar. Who? Saadat Khan. He was also called as Burhan-ul-Mulk, Burhan-ul-Mulk Saadat Khan. Now this Awadh region, if you see, it's a very strategic place, very fertile. Ganga, Yamuna, all these tributaries, the land is very fertile. The land is very good for the crop and cultivation. Okay. So this also there is a route, trade between Bengal and the northern part of India. It was a great trade route. So he has a very good position, strategic position he was holding. So this the route and also the alluvial Ganga plain he has. And as I said, Burhan-ul-Mulk, Asafzai did what? He took control of the financial and the political power. And though Saadat Khan was also a Mansabdar, so he took control of the Subedari, Diwani and Faujadari. Subedari, Diwani and Faujadari, that is the political power, the financial power, military power, all this province or Prant or Rajya or state of Awadh, he took control, right? That is the military power, the financial power and the whole administration he took. So this whole area, if you see, his control, because if you take control of these three, even if you talk about Hyderabad, Awadh, and we are going to talk about Bengal also, you are going to be the leader, you are going to be the ruler. Okay. And if you want to stop the Mughal intervention, what you are going to do? These three exactly did that. So he started reducing the number of office holders which are appointed by the Mughals, Jagirdars, because Jagirdars were appointed by Mughals, Mughal office bearers. So he started reducing the number of these office holders. He reduced them. And also one more thing he did, because the Jagirdar he reduced, and also the area of Jagirs, that is the area from where they can take the land revenue, this also he reduced. So Saadat Khan, whosoever is close to them, Saadat Khan, his own people, that is you can call as them as a loyal servant of Saadat Khan, they were appointed as the Jagirdars. Okay. And in order to check whether some corruption is going on or cheating is going on, he also checked he tried to check each and every area, all the districts, and he reassessed, he rechecked, re-evaluated the revenues of each area. That is, every region, what amount should be the revenue he should get, his empire should get, Awadh should get. So by his officials, for example, 100 rupees you are getting, no, this area should get 200 rupees. That is how reassessment took place. And he also did, he went ahead, he seized a number of Rajput zamindaris also. That is, also the Afghans were holding a very good region of Rohilkhand, fertile land. So he took these two areas also, Rajput areas, Burhan-ul-Mulk Saadat Khan, he seized, he controlled, he annexed now various Rajput zamindaris, and also very fertile land which was held by Afghans in the area of Rohilkhand. Rohilkhand you can understand to be Bareilly region. So this Rohilkhand, okay, Rohilkhands. Now what happened? The state at that time, the state would depend on what? To take money from the bankers who are having a lot of money, Mahajans who would lend money for loan for certain interest. So the state and other people were dependent on these bankers and Mahajans. Not very much, but it happened. Gradually it increased. So this one of the land they were auctioned. Okay, some person will come, these three are coming, and they will say, okay, you have to give us 500. So one will say, okay, I will give. One will say 200, one will say 300, or someone will say 500. So they say, okay, you will give us 500 every year or every month, whatever they decided. And these were called as revenue farmers and called as ijaredar. Those people who took a land and said, okay, we will give you this much amount, fixed amount, they were called as ijaredar. In certain auction, they were the highest bidders. I hope you understand. The ijaredar took the land and they will say, okay, this fixed amount, we are the revenue farmers, and we are going to give you money. So this fixed sum of money, can you imagine this? Revenue farmers will always give them money. The local bankers, they give the guarantee that the payment of this amount which you have contracted with the jaredars or with these revenue farmers, we are going to give you. Okay? Because the jaredars were not rich people, they were just revenue farmers. They just bid. They were just bidding. But there has to be some bank guarantee. And this bank guarantee that 500 every year or every month, we are going to pay you. Who gave this guarantee? Local bankers, local mahajans, Seth, Sahukar. Okay. What happened then? The ijaredars or the revenue farmers, they were also given freedom that you assess this land and collect the tax. You have to give us 500. We don't care that you take 1000 or 1500 or whatever amount. We don't care. But you have to give us 500. So they were given full freedom that you reassess the revenue, you collect whatever amount you want. Now here, this kind of development, this created a new social, era. Social groups like the bankers, the money lenders, they grew up. Their influence grew up. Okay, why these money lenders and bankers came into picture? Why their influence increased? This is why. So this is how the state revenue system was now under the almost control, not on the state, not with the jaredars, but with the loaners, means loan givers, the bankers, and the all these money which is given by these big people. Okay. So let us talk about Bengal now. Okay. So Bengal, you see, whatever I told about these is almost same. About Awadh, about Hyderabad, almost same. So we are talking about Bengal, and we are talking about Murshid Quli Khan. He is Murshid Quli Khan. So Murshid Quli Khan, under his control or he was, first thing is, Murshid Quli Khan, I told you both of the earlier discussion, they were mansabdars, they were governors. But Murshid Quli Khan was not the governor, not the subedar, but he was the deputy of the, like says chief minister and deputy chief minister. So he was the deputy subedar. But he never became a subedar, right? But he was so powerful. He must be having some power or some way of dealing with these conditions. So Murshid Quli Khan, he quickly seized all the power. He quickly controlled all the power. Murshidabad, see, this is the name of his. It was made the capital. So Murshid Quli Khan, he controlled he commanded the revenue administration, the revenue, everything is about money. So he controlled the revenue administration, and whosoever is getting money, he is going to be the ruler. So he also tried to stop the Mughal interference. So what he did, the commanders, the people who have come directly from Mughals, they were being transferred. They were transferred to Odisha, nearby state. Means they were just said, okay, your work is done. Now I am transferring you to the Odisha because I want my people. I want this area. Murshid Quli Khan. And he also did the same thing as the other did. The reassessment of the revenues of the Bengal, which region should give what amount. So there was a major reassessment under the reign of Murshid Quli Khan. And they were very strict. They were very strict in collecting the revenue. They don't leave people. So if you are a zamindar, you have to give this money. Anyhow, by hook or a crook, you have to give us money. But if the zamindars are not able to give money, they were not all big zamindars. So they have to borrow money from whom? From bankers and money lenders, from from people who can give them money. So these zamindars were taking money from bankers and money lenders. So finally, if they were not able to pay, they have to give the land to big zamindars, larger zamindars. This was the problem. Okay, but still, the state became powerful. The state became powerful, and there was a close nexus relationship which emerged between the state, Bengal state, and the bankers and the loaners. So whatever was seen in Hyderabad and Awadh, almost same thing was seen here. And as I said, Murshid Quli Khan, now this picture is of what? Ali Vardi Khan. After that, Ali Vardi Khan came. So Ali Vardi Khan, there was a person, there was a man who grew so much that he became the most rich person of whole subcontinent. Can you imagine? So I am talking about Ali Vardi Khan, 1740 to, let me tell you again, I am saying that the nexus between the banker, not nexus, but the relationship between the banker and state, the close net relationship emerged that under the reign or the rule of Ali Vardi Khan, and he came from this genealogy only, Murshid Quli Khan, Ali Vardi Khan, in his control, house of Jagat Sheikh, and he was so powerful, he was having so much money at that time, he became so prosperous, even the Britishers would take money from him. You can imagine? Even the Britishers would take money from Jagat Sheikh. He became like today's Ambani, today's Mukesh Ambani, he was at that time. Okay, he was Sahukar, Seth, Mahajan, loaner, whatever you say. But Ali Vardi Khan, under the reign 1740 to 1756, around 16 years of reign. Now, as I said, Awadh, or you talk about Bengal, or you talk about Hyderabad, in all these people were Mansabdar. They were highest noble. Okay, but still they were quite Sandehaspad. They were quite suspicious about certain things which Mughal Empire did. First of all, because Mughal Empire, because they wanted to change it. They were having their own mindset. The time has also changed. Like the Jagirdar system, they never believed. Jagirdari system, they didn't want. And second thing was how the Mughal, in the reign of Mughal, the tax was collected, the money was collected. So that tax collection, they never found it good. So all these three regimes, they always tried to do this using the ijaredar. Like they contracted with the revenue farmers, like they'd give the land to certain revenue farmers or the ijaredar, and those ijaredar will be responsible to give them money, and that will be fixed. So a fixed amount will come always. This practice of ijaredar, if you see Mughal Empire, they really disapproved these ijaredari system. There was more feature about these three, what they think is the emerging relationship between the bankers, merchants, sahukar, seth, all whatever name you take. They will have money, they will give the money for the interest. So all these and the state, there were a close net relationship between them. Okay, so these big people, they were giving money to the ijaredars, and these revenue farmers, they received these people. These people, the loan people, they will always go to their land. They will collect security, and they also take tax sometimes, because they would send their agents, right? So actually, the control was with these big the Mahajans and the bankers and the merchants. Okay, and there was a new political order in which this rich merchant and banker took their place. We'll talk about Watan Jagir next time. Till then, thank you so much. Take care of yourself.